Hello everyone and welcome back to Stamford Ninja Academy for the Youth NSC qualifier. It's been a great day so far. We're down to our third and final wave. This is going to be the 12 and 13-year-old division, currently starting in the open round. We are facing the speed round now. Athletes completed the hybrid round yesterday. Top scores for the combined score of the hybrid and speed will determine who moves on into the burnout round, which will follow the speed round today. And that will conclude the evening. Speed round, they've got the same rule set as the hybrid. Retry system is in play. 5-second reset time. Speed round is all about flow and efficiency. Will Kaplan up and ready to go. Live stream brought to you by the Beta Break streaming services. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We're ready to rock and roll. Here we go. Will stride across. Big run up. A couple different moves here to go through the bar work. Quick pop down, heels hovering over the ledge. Nice sideways dismount down, coming off of the bars into the cannonball wall run. Off to the side, no problem. Now, oi, stepped over the rail. Wait 5 seconds. Unfortunate slip there. One of the thin rails. Up and over. Watch the railing. Whoa, oh my gosh, he is turning on the juice there for the sprint. Still a sub 40-second time. Ooh, leaves Will hanging on the fist bump. That's okay. Part of it. We got Will Vaz standing by.
All right, whenever you touch a step, I will start.
And we're off. Will Vaz cutting around the corner. Quick run up on to the railings. Going for that quick pop and drop. No problem. Ain't no stopping Mr. Will Vaz. Kick off that wall. Watch those thin rails. No problem there. Here we go. Under, over, under. Sprinting up that warp wall. Sub 30-second time for Will Vaz. 25.8. Cruising. Kept that linked Lachey Tech going all the way through. That's going to be a hard one to follow. Striding up and in. Owen Righty. Going up and in. Gonna need a quick backswing here. Adjusts for it, drops down. Able to figure it out pretty quickly. Shows that air awareness. Tic-tac, kick off the wall. Is gonna have to go back and forth a bit. This is a little weird of a move, but we figure it out. Over, under, over. And the sprint to the finish. All the way up to the wall. 37.5 for Owen. Quick sprint across. Here we go.
All right, whenever you touch any of the steps, I will start.
Clinton Buckley. Ready to go. Rocking the Boss t-shirt. Elijah Browning, the Boss, was a popular athlete in the ninja community. Glinton moving smoothly right now. No problem on those laches. Kick off the wall. Ooh, takes a hard hit, but figures it out. Nice fight there. No need to reset fully. He's good. Just double checking there. Over under now is the sprint. Over and in. Sub 40-second time. Still potential. 38.77 for Mr. Glinton. Little squirrely on the cannonball wall run. He's able to salvage it.
Sam, whenever you touch any of the steps, I will start.
Sam Bonacci, ready to go. Finding a few steps on the ground, and over the wall. Now the backswing here. Got to pull through these. Speed laches. All about that momentum build. Keeping it going. Watch that corner. Nice job. Push. Clip the pad. Not fully on there. There we go. He's clear on that one. Up and over, up and over. Sam taking it to the back wall to get a good run up here onto this wall. Slamming the elbows down as we fight for that buzzer. 56. Let's see how much of a time sink that cannonball swing can be. And here we go, Lucas Savage. Coming out of center court, looking for some quick laches here. Good prepping those hips to making sure they are put in the right spot for the backswing. We're good. Barely getting across. Underneath. Lucas. Turn around and get the sub 30-second time. 27.8. Quick moves. Quincy getting ready to run. Quincy Hellman. Standing by, chalking up.
Quincy, whenever you touch any steps, I'll start.
And on him to go. He's rocking those Olos. Let's see how they fare. Good low line, B-line laches. Same there on the pop drop. Watch the pull through. Kick off that wall. Nice turnaround. Little 360 action. Underneath, over, back under. Look out. Here we go for the warp wall now. Cutting that corner here. Going to be a short run up. And to the buzzer. 29.2. Here we go. Harrison James. Coming out of the Gravity Forge. A little bit of a slip, but we salvaged it. Going for that mixed lache tech. Reversing quickly through. Cannonball kickoff. Good. Getting that corner right there on the dismount. Up and under, good duck through. No run-up required, straight to the top. Blaze pod, look out, loose. Blaze pod.
Brody, give us 1 minute, buddy. We're doing a quick battery reset.
Gotta get that buzzer put back into place.
Yep, I'm out. Kyle already told me.
Brody Knackley coming out of that maximum effort training facility.
Yeah, a minute. Fine.
Probably a good bit of athletes from that gym out here. Always cool to see the different facilities have their team kids show up in force.
Little bicep smack time.
It's gonna be he's up there doing some Fortnite dances while he waits, trying to keep the butterflies getting out of control.
All right,
And this is what we call getting put on ice for a bit. But I think we're all ready to go, so not too long of a wait for Mr. Brody Knackley. Ready to take on the speed round. And here we go. Turning that corner up onto the wall, get these laches knocked out. Nice tech here, popping off, just keeping the hips and keeping the heels up. Good pull through on the dismount. Whee! There it is. Good kick off the wall. Up and through. All the way up to the top of the buzzer. 32.9 for Brody. Pretty good run. Great lache tech here. We had a couple variations on his technique. Kept it going quick. Near Peleg on the move. Driving across. Oh my goodness, there it is. Goes for those quick pops across. Huge jump up. Only one move required to get off of the angled bar before heading on over to that turnaround. Gotta go back. Slipped off the balance. Unfortunate there. Had a tough landing coming off the cannonball wall. Almost gets a sub 30-second time regardless of the 5-second penalty. Great run, still pushing the pace out there. And here you can see falling off the platform.
All right, Cash. Take your time, buddy.
Here we go. And we're off. Cash Duggan. Looking to cash out here on the speed round. Quick one-hand lache over, popping through those special delivery handles. And up and over. Can we get the kick off the wall? Good. Clear of the pit pillow. Up and through. Got to make this hard turn here up the wall. And time it. 34.61 for Cash Duggan.
All right, give me half a second here. Go like back here.
All right, that's going to do it for the open round. Now on to the female division.
Okay, Rebecca, whenever you touch any of the steps, I'm going to hit start. It's up to you when you want to begin.
Rebecca Salins. Ready to go. Up and over. Coming out of Ninja Mania. Taking a backswing here to be sure about it. Now the dismount down. Excellent job. This move here is a little tricky. Good tic-tac off, finding the angle there. Up, over, and down. Nice job sprinting to the wall. Quick adjustments for the climb up, and there's the buzzer. 41.39 official time for Rebecca. Riley Bishop coming up now. training out of Ferox Ninja Park and Grit.
Speed force. Get to those speed force.
Riley standing by.
All right, Riley. Whenever you touch any of the steps, I'm gonna hit. Okay. Up to you.
Ready to rock and roll. And we're off. Their first place yesterday in the hybrid. Looking to keep that trend alive. Backswing through, good underbar dismount down, popping off. Ooh, a little hesitation there, but made sure that dismount was clean. Sideways technique there on the bar. Careful, looking for the dismount. Good timing. One more stride across to find the up and over here. Moving through. Riley Bishop looking for a really fast time here. Up the wall we go. To the top and the buzzer. Great climb up. 33.2 for Riley. And here's that hesitation. You just wait for a second. Timed it just right. Excellent pace. Up now, Claire Gallers. Claire striding through, up and over the first wall before taking on the Lachey's. Coming out of Stamford, taking some backswings here to be sure about that momentum. Better safe than sorry. This one right here, a little tough to get that momentum built up due to those lines that they're attached to being extra long. Ooh. Monkey bars her way through and just short changes the dismount a little bit. There's a 5-second wait time. And makes quick work of it this time. Good save. There we go. Nice job. See that ring swing being real tricky there of a transition. Claire's got to get to the top of that wall before time is up. And there we go. Good fight out of Claire. Up now. You got Riley Hunt from Ninja Mania. Riley on the move, up and over. Nice hand to hand, getting those follow through Lachey's. Stepping on over, nicely done. My goodness, this is an incredibly fast time. Might be sub 30 seconds here for Riley. 29.7. Cruising through. No hesitation. I'd say the place I think a lot of time can be made up is on that ring swing wall run. You get it in one, just like Riley did. That'll save you a lot of time. Naomi Ozenbeck standing by, ready for her run. And here we go. Naomi going up that wall. Woo, okay, one step is all we need. Try to pull through these lines here. Quick drop down, not too sure about that one. Needs a backswing. Up and over. Dropping down and moving on to the cannonball swing. Kick off, good timing there. Oh no! A little bit of a slip on the tail end of the balance. Reset. The heel dab on the second beam. Okay. Got through it. A little bit of a fight there on the balance. She's got to hurry for the climb up. Gonna be close. Oh my goodness, right there at the end. Close call there. Down to our final four. Alexa Saraceno standing by.
Whenever you touch any of the steps, I will hit start.
And here we go. Hand over hand right now. Gonna use that wingspan to her advantage. Gonna do the same here. Pull back and swing on through. Got the reach for it. May as well utilize it. Quick swing through. Let's see what we got here on this cannonball run. It's a little tricky. Stepping over. We're good. Right there on the corner. Over-unders. Sprinting for the wall. Oh, fingertips. And there's the buzzer, 49.5 for Alexa. Over-unders. All right, next up. Katerina Maniaci. Striding on through, heading on up for the Lachey's. Going with that follow-through technique, 1 then 2. Needs a little bit of a backswing here to be sure about it. Not a true function ninja, all the way from England. Hold on tight. One more backswing and push off of the wall. There we go. It's all about finding the right angle. Now the over-unders. Cutting under the stanchions. Katerina looking for the climb up. And there's the finish. 43.46.
Two more. Okay, we are reset. Hey, whenever you touch any of the steps, I will start.
Almost ready to go. Faith Padilla on the move. 2 strong steps up the wall. Going with the static reach. Nicely done. Hold on tight. Kick on out. There we go. Good dismount. Working her way up. Fighting through. Just needs a couple more. Ooh, couple more. Oh no! Gotta go back, get that ring reset. Whew. Good job on the reset team being right there. Kick. Good job. Steady yourself before the balance. Faith going for the over-unders now. Gonna be tight here at the end. Oh, and we got it. Nicely done.
Let's go. Where's Joe?
Here we go. Maximum effort. The final athlete, I believe, in this wave.
Last runner speed.
And we're off. Cutting that corner, Victoria Mitchell. Quick hand over hand tech. There we go. Good pop off of the trapeze line. Step, oh, there it is. There's the move you need to save you some time. Under overs. And looking for the climb up. Might be a sub 30-second time as well. Victoria Mitchell, what's it going to be? 29.1 for Victoria. What a run. Awesome job, everybody. And that is going to do it for the speed round. That's why they call it the speed round. It goes by quick. That's it for this round. They're going to be tallying up the scores to find out who are their top 10. And we'll be back for the burnout in just a bit. Live stream will stay up. We'll have a reset time or a countdown timer coming your way in just a bit. And we'll be ready here in a little while. So thanks, everybody.
Access granted.
Hello once again, everybody. We are here to close things out here at Stamford Ninja Academy. Last wave, the burnout round. Top athletes have moved on. This is for a qualifying spot at the Youth Ninja Sport Championship later this summer.
You don't have to.
They got to work their way through the sectionals. That's first. We're starting those up in July. A couple more qualifying opportunities throughout the year. It's really fun to see these athletes adapt to this format. Burnout round is just that. They have to go until they either hit the buzzer or burn out completely, hanging from these obstacles. The retry system is long gone in this round, and we go back to the age of old, the way Ninja used to be ran in Japan. Sasuke, Ninja Warrior original show. One fall and you're done. Run is over. No retries here. Also, no resting platforms. So there'll be multiple touch points that the athletes will try to acquire. Other than that, there might be a rope section they could use their feet on. There's a rock wall section as well if you've been watching the earlier rounds. Let's see how the course has been modified. Owen Righty up right now. Hush falls over the crowd. It gets really intense in these moments on the burnout rounds. The open and division. Real tense. Definitely a change in the atmosphere when you reach the burnout rounds. Ninja Mania athlete Owen looking good so far, working through these slopers. About this point when your hands really start to feel the burn and you're just at the a little under the halfway mark. Oh no! And the hands give out on the transfer off the big cannonball. That is a spot we've seen hang up a couple athletes. The diameter of the big cannonball makes it really tough to transition from there to the smaller ones smoothly. That's what took them out. All right, time to cash in. Cash Duggan stepping up to the plate. Cash coming out of the Hamden Ninja Academy.
All right, Cash, last call for chalk. Start anytime.
Likes to go mountain biking and snowboarding. Ready to take on this burnout. Taking some swings through the monkey bars. Finding the reach here. Got Joe Morovsky over there coaching. He's been coaching all weekend long. Hold on tight for that rope drop. A few more rope holds here. Uh-oh. Two hands on the rope. Now he can traverse down. So instead of getting disqualified right away, he had the awareness to be able to go back and then make the correction. A lot of mandatory use type obstacles based on the course design. That is essentially the course designer's way of challenging these athletes instead of allowing skips to be made. Certain spaces have potentials there. We got 2 giant cannonballs, this time going on to the spinning handle. And that's going to be a tough move to make. We talked about how hard it was to transition off those giant cannonballs, and now they have to go onto a spinning handle. You see that eye bolt on top of the cannonballs, that is generally a out of bounds area, not allowed to wrap fully around those eye bolts. So here we go, Clinton Buckley taking on the course right now, coming out of Fair Rocks. Swinging through. Ooh, a little low on the grab. Needs to make a bigger, higher reach here. Took 3rd place at the stage 1 at the Bucket of Chalk 5.0. Uh-oh. Hanging up here, a little hung up. Not enough swing power built up, but we're good now. A couple of these dropping rings. No problem so far, working his way through those slopers. All right, taking a chance to chalk up. Knows this is a tough line right here. Big into obstacle course design. Let's see if we can find his way through here. Nice job going 2 hands on. Skipping the rest of the spinning holds. Can hook onto that bar with your ankles. This is about as good of a rest point as you're going to get. Now the climb up begins. Burnout is his favorite category of courses to run. This move right here is the crux point. Hold on tight. A couple handles have been removed from earlier. And now on to the key lock hangs. Trying to rotate around, find the track. Ooh, swinging in, twist. He is fighting through this. 2.5 minutes in. Oh my goodness, here we go. Dropping down, hold tight. And we're on the final line of cliffhangers. Clinton Buckley looking for the finish. Working his way through these thin ledges. Clinton showing us how it's done. Get that dismount. Throw for it, go for it. Clinton Buckley, what a run. He is fired up out there. Impressive work, young man. The inclusion of that extra cannonball and this extra move he had to make here at the start almost spelled disaster. Makes a quick move off the spinning handle and just fought tooth and nail for the finish. Let's go, Clinton, and look at the emotion right there. He is super hyped up about that. Amazing work. And that was a good run.
All right, last call for chalk here, Will. Yeah, why not, right? Why not? All right, then you start any time after this timer, okay?
All right, Will Kaplan. Don't try to follow suit. Seen a run like that right before your run can have one or two effects on your mentality. fire you up or dishearten you, like, okay, now I got to beat that. All about how you can prep your mindset in that positive manner. Be encouraged by performances of others. Now Will moving through smoothly. Taking those rings down, going right into these slopers. No shakeouts. Even a little bit of a bend in the arms as we traverse. Trains out of the Hamden Ninja Academy. Coach Tom, course designer out here, Tom Alberti, designed this burnout course. Ooh, here we go. Gotta stay steady. Rotate over. Match. Ooh, he's gonna get popped on the forearms a little bit. That might flash pump him. Little impact damage.
Heels up, you can. All right. Good, right? Get your feet engaged.
Man's moving through, not waiting here. Wants to keep burning through.
Relax, settle in. Look good. Okay, you can bump to the high one if you want. Just be careful.
Joe, all too familiar with the hang climb, has took him out a handful of times on stage 3.
Come on, kid.
Passing that wisdom down to these athletes, what it's all about. Oh no! The slip out there, the hands give out. Oh man, so close, was on a good pace. I like to give Joe a hard time. I've never even made it to the hang climb, so I can't really talk that much. So if you're listening to this, Joe, no, it's all in good fun, my friend. All right, up now, Brody Knackley.
Hi, Brody. Last call for chalk, bud. Why not?
Maximum Effort Training Studio.
Okay.
He is ready to rock and roll. This is the Fortnite, the self-proclaimed Fortnite fanatic. Looking for that victory royale here on the burnout. Let's see if he can escape the zone before it closes in. That's about all the Fortnite lingo that I know. I haven't played that game in years. On now for the rope traverse. Swinging across. Shaking out a little bit as we go. Wee, there it is. Shaking out a little bit more. And a couple more moves for attacking this Cannonball Alley. The extended version.
Good, let's go. Match. Good. Match. Beautiful kid, big match.
And overhand here, the giant cannonball there has been the big sticking point for many. And then we got to repeat that process onto the spinning handlebar. No! Dropping down, dropping in. The battle bus drops him off a little bit before the buzzer. And that'll do it for Mr. Knackley. Nice try.
Maybe you'll
All right, Harrison James.
If you need any more chalk, here you go.
Ready to go.
All right, just start sometime after this time.
Harrison swinging through. Harrison coming out of the Gravity Forge Ninja. Trains on their elite team. Jackson Erdos is his coach. Working his way through. Big fan of snowboarding as well. A little bit of a backswing here. Wants to get through this one. Wonder if he would rate this as a double black diamond route. That's about all I know about snowboarding. You're lucky if you'll find me in a if you find me in a sled going down a hill. I'd rather be hiking up it. But here we go, Harrison working his way down these cannonballs. Now on to the spinning handle and taking the shortcut down.
All right, up to you on what you want to do here, how you want to approach it. Heels up and rest, toes up, no rest. There you go, get chalk there.
Gonna chalk up a little bit, find the place that he can reach.
Shake it out, relax, get the chalk, and then attack. Good, and be careful with the
Joe
feet.
providing some encouragement.
Bring him down under control here. Good. Yep.
Backswing affects that peel out potential.
Press it. Keep the core tight. Good. Right hand, you can go left and bump or whatever you
A little
want.
more up. And here we go, potentially on to the key lock hang once again. Harrison James. You got to make sure those key locks are locked in all the way. Turn them facing you, or else the potential for them to pop out is high. Be careful here. Go for something that's close by. Couple more moves to make to get to the end of this one. There it is. Careful on the rotation here. When you turn, potential for it to pop out is there, but we're good. Harrison James chalking up, getting ready to face the cliffhanger. Crowd comes alive. And no, this is... Oh! The drop down. The grip just goes out there at the end. The look of disgust at the nunchuck. It happens right at the end of the run before the cliffhanger. Nice try. Near Peleg. Ready to go as the course gets reset.
Near, let's call the chalk right behind you.
Coming out of the Grit Ninja in Pleasantville.
Time after the timer.
Originally from Israel. He's got 6 years of experience. Big fan of skyhooks and technical type obstacles. He's helped to make courses out there at the Grit Ninja before. Needs a swing in. Good reach over. To pull through. And gets that rope transition quite easily. Trying to push the pace a little bit. Swinging across. He is really cruising right now. Rocking a, looks like some slap chalk pants. Got the chalk bag in, mesh pockets there. As we're working our way through these cannonballs, hold tight here, trying to adjust the angle of the swing so we can rotate that hand over, leading with it.
Yeah, that's good. Right there.
Careful there. You heard the cannonballs clang together. Good thing the hand wasn't in between that pinch point potential.
Toes up or something, that's fine too, and start making some moves with toes on, or feet on, whatever you want. But let's keep moving. Come on, you're actually really close. Come on, you're more than halfway done. Yep.
He is cruising right now. Minute 30 in out of a 5-minute total time limit.
Use the core. Squeeze the core here. You can, yep.
Kind of step up into it. The last thing you want to have happen is a toe pop off when you're not expecting it. No! The handle couldn't quite get the hand placed properly. The hands were just... I think they're talking it out right now, trying to figure out what happened. It looked like he's just in a bad position for the handle. Probably wasn't fully prepared to transition. Just lose the grip in the process. Quincy Hellman coming up next. Still got through a lot of that really fast, so that should give him some good points. Fired up out there.
Aside from that,
Quincy stared down the line, looking like he's ready to go to battle.
All right, you can start anytime after this time.
Here we go. He locked in. Quincy. See how we decide to attack this course. Trains here at Stamford. 4 years of experience and a big fan of burnout. Anything shows us from the past, athletes that have said they were fans of burnouts, they've been doing really well on these courses here today. A little bit of a miss there on the handlebar, but we adjust. Keep moving. Joe is pulling double duty out there, coaching a lot of athletes. Not only the ones from Stamford, but some of the other out-of-town athletes as well. Quincy looking calm and in control.
okay.
Ooh, brave soul going with a one-hand swing on the spinning handlebar. No problem.
Good. Get up to that one. The good one. Get the good one on the triangle. Yeah.
Give me a heart attack back here.
Try to go right hand outside triangle or feet up if you want to use it. Feet up. Get them somewhere. Help yourself out. Compress in the triangle. 2 hands.
There you go. Get him, Joe.
Good.
Make
Squeeze
sure he
your core.
uses those
Squeeze your
legs.
feet here. Reach out one more. Go ahead.
Gonna bump up and over, maybe. There you go.
Careful with the feet.
Whee! The barn door swings open, but he holds on.
Good. Let's try to turn.
All right, I gotta calm down, man. We've had so many shocking sudden falls here. I am expecting the unexpected. Nice little one-handed shimmy. Do the same here, perhaps, to get a little closer. Don't twist out! No! The hand facing inwards caused him to pop out of the track. And he's just gonna finish it for fun at this point. Ah, Quincy, no. So the reverse hand facing inwards and a little foot tap on the buzzer. And I was looking locked in too. That's what happens if you've got your handlebars facing you. If you can open your hand and it's facing you like a bicep curl, and then you're trying to cross over another handle to the other direction, naturally that arm is going to want to twist. Shoulder just doesn't want to rotate that way, and that's what caused the handle to fall out of its key lock. Lucas Savage ready to go. Some shocking falls on the key lock hang. Lucas coming out of the center court. Lawrence likes big moves. He can do up to a 12-foot lache. Trains at center court as well as backyard and basement rigs. No problem there. Take this opportunity to chalk up rocking those slap chalk shorts. Starting to see those more often. Either athletes are coating the pants with chalk, having some fresh chalk available through the slap chalk pockets. Lucas, no problem throwing his way through Cannonball Lane. Feet up, coming up. Moving smooth here, looking for that far hold on the right side. And now the turn around here, don't have too much rotation. Don't want to accidentally pop out of the track. That's what the major difference is between these and the circuit board versions with the cannonballs that have the circular entryway for the cannonball ends to fit in, but they can only fall out of the end of the tracks. And Lucas Savage just moves through smoothly or staring down this end here. And hands on. Moving through the cliffhanger. Hands are opening up a little bit. Thin ledges. Dig deep. Lucas almost there. Still a great run and a hard-fought battle for Lucas Savage. Calm and collected all the way through. Nice try. Almost getting that full clear. Up now, Will Voss, our last athlete in the open round. We're moving on to the female division. Will coming out of the Grit Ninja. Will the Thrill enjoys these burnout style courses.
You're good, bro. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, no rush. No rush. All right, you can start whenever the timer goes off.
Okay.
FINA World Champion, WNL Strongest Ninja in the past. Will for the thrill of it. Looking to make it to the end of the burnout round. Final runner, can we get another clear here to end the open wave? Said he likes to play video games in his spare time as well. No extra lives here. No cheat codes allowed either. All about working your way through this one. Finding the route. Down mid lane here. Taking a backswing, dodging that cannonball. Let's see him climb the ranks.
I got that camera, don't worry.
Up to the top.
So what do you know?
Feet are in play, and he is through here at an insanely fast time. Be careful on the handles. We've seen what can happen with too much of an off-axis swing. Up and around. I've had enough commentator curses out here for today. He's a little off-axis here. Don't want to jinx it, but we are at the end now. Vying for a good position. Let's see, a little bit more chalk. And just like that, down onto the cliffhangers, and we're fighting our way through one hand, one hold at a time, and just like that, Will for the Thrill will get the full clear, and right out the building he goes. Oh my goodness. What a run. 2:09, just dominating that course.
Kept the transition right here.
GG no re, that man just cleared it like nobody's business. Nicely done. Quick little pop off there at the wall. That'll do it for the open round. On now for the female division. Faith Padilla up right now to start things off. Coming out of the Windsor Ninja Academy. Taking a second to get a few things cleared up out there. We'll be ready to go in just a second.
I'll be okay. I was like stepping through, my toe caught, and as I fall with the chalk, I put the chalk down and then she saved it. I went to that. All right, chalk. All right, you can start with
Will talking about a, seems like he had a little bit of an injury out there as he was traversing his way through. Hopefully his wrist is okay. I always hate to see a team getting injured in the process. We're running these courses. Faith right now trying to find the swing tech as we work our way through. This athlete volunteers at her community thrift store. Likes helping out by volunteering regularly. Various community activities for those in need. Great to see these athletes have that kind of mindset to be able to give back to the community that they're in. Faith finding her swing tech now once again onto that bar. Needs a little more height. Gonna have to pull into it. Wants to grab that back ring to steady herself. Joe trying to talk her into the reach here. The move up is close. Good hard-fought battle there for Faith. Oh, but the grip gives out on those slopers. Nice try, Faith. This burnout course is no joke. Alexa Saraceno, ready to go.
All right, Alexa, if you would like any more chalk, it is behind you in my hands. Then you can start whenever this timer goes on.
And now, finding our rhythm here, Alexa, coming out of the Hamden Ninja Academy. Whole family competes. Two younger brothers, the mom and dad, all in the WNL. Various other ninja events. Tom Alberti is her coach. Can't coach her right now. He has to take on the coach's creation. This exhausting burnout course here as she's swinging up onto that handle. The crowd telling her to squeeze here. You want to compress inwards. Make sure those hands stay on top as best as possible. Get on out of there. Ooh, thought we about lost it. Good save. Luckily there was a bar there. Now the fight begins again. All the way down the cannonball lanes. Gotta really fight hard on the cannonball, the huge one. Gonna be a tough move to get through. But there you see the hand peeling out there at the last move. Good save. Naomi Ozenbeck, ready to go.
It's like the nerdiest ninja thing I've heard all day.
No, we're not using it. Makes you feel rock wall. Ah, yes. Oh,
Standing by. Almost ready to go.
So do you.
we're here. Here, back, try to get up to your right. Don't try to thread the needle left.
Last call for chalk. You can start after the time.
And here we go. Naomi Ozenbeck, hometown athlete here to the Stamford Ninja Academy, former gymnast turned ninja. Big fan of the hybrid rounds.
Come on, Naomi.
See if we can find our rhythm here. Swing on down through off of the rope swing. Reach on out, find that dismount down onto the dropping rings.
Face will go backwards on this next one. There you go. You're going to go up right.
Gonna have to find that swing tech.
Yeah, work ball.
Ooh, good save. No wasted energy before realizing she had to go back to that ring to get a better swing into it. And there we go. No problem. On the slopers. A little more chalk. And now working our way down. Fight through on the drop on the cannonballs. Not quite able to get through. This one's a tough one indeed.
Yeah, of course.
Claire Gallers getting ready to go.
And just a reminder, it's burnout, right? We don't have to face forward in everything we do. When we get to these rings, sideways and
Joe with the beta, trying to help keep these athletes focused in on the plan of attack.
Hi, Claire. Whenever the timer counts down is whenever.
Claire standing by. Another athlete based out of Stamford Ninja Academy. Plays the piano, has appeared in several productions at the Met Opera. Ooh, gonna have to turn around here.
Come on, Claire.
Burnout is her favorite type of course. Let's see if that's gonna help pull her through to the end here. Having a hard time getting any athletes through the cannonball line. Player now taking the dropping rings. Big swing, matching the grip and up onto that rail. Trying to conserve what energy we can. And there we go. Need a little chalk. Keeping the hands gripped up. We're at 1:20 of hang time right now. And now onto the cannonballs, bumping up a little bit, trying to ensure the grip stays strong. Hands opening up some. Match. Get out of there. Almost. We're a little further down the line. Nice try, Claire. Hard-fought battle. This burnout course is taking no victims.
Special day with Bill, you know, more chalk. Katarina, you can start whenever the countdown has finished.
Taking no prisoners, excuse me. We're having a hard time out here on that Cannonball Alley. Katarina Maniaci swinging on to action. Out of the rope swing. Coming out of True Function Ninja all the way in England. Working our way through. Burnout is her favorite style, of course, to run. Finding her way around that pillar for the compression obstacle here on the slopers. One of the top 10 athletes at the USA Ninja Qualifier at the UNAA World Series last summer, all the way out in Anaheim. Here we go, staring down the line. Taking her time here to ensure the grip is exactly the way she wants it. And matching on. Spinning handle. Trying to look, it looks like we're going to skip past the rest. Or a potential lachey into it. Going to bump into that cannonball a little bit. Ooh, digging deep here.
Come on. Come on.
And made it into uncharted territory. Katarina showing us it can be done. A little bit more chalk before the rock climb.
Great job, Kat.
And up we go. Feet come off of the wall, trying to reposition them. Big reach, and that's going to do it. Well, we have progressed past the Cannonball Alley. Incredible work from Katarina. And here we see just, yeah, the Cannonball tech was spot on.
Victoria, more chalk. Last chalk call. Nope, no chalk. All right, we're going to start when the timer counts down.
And here we go, Victoria. And swinging into action now.
Good. Beautiful transition. Get up high.
Victoria trying to find the rope in hand right now.
2, 3, go. Beautiful. Good. You're there. Good.
Another athlete from the Maximum Effort Training Studio. Vertical grip's going to be tested. A little bit on those rope transitions over.
Nice. You're good.
5 years of experience in the world of ninja.
Keep breathing for me. In your nose, out your
Runs cross country, plays volleyball and softball.
Nice.
A lot of different sports,
Pick it up.
along with ninja.
You're good. Good. Come on. Let's go, kid.
And now the crossing here.
Breathe. You know the plan.
Globe trotting obstacle, trying to find your way down all these cannonballs.
Twist, match, pull. Come on, kid.
Victoria looking solid out there.
Ready?
No hesitation. And a quick dismount down and through onto the rock wall.
Top of the foot first. Good. Feet up if you need.
Hang climb.
Heels, heels. Right there. Yeah.
Got to keep the feet, only the feet engaged.
My favorite.
No locking of the knees over the bar.
Kid. Watch out for the tight core. Look good,
Ooh,
kid.
big backswing, might have taxed the hands a little bit. Wants to get up beyond that mid-tape line.
Breathe.
big reach, and that'll do it for Victoria. High five from the coach. A good fight out there. Very consistent through the cannonballs and quickly to this point. And we're down to our final three runners. Rebecca Salins, ready to go?
All right, just start whenever the timer counts.
And Rebecca, coming out of Ninja Mania in Danbury, Connecticut. Speaks 3 languages, English, Latvian, and French. I can barely speak English half the time. I could never learn Spanish when I was in school, that was for sure. Here we go, climb the rope. Another athlete that's a big fan of the burnout rounds. Made it to the finals the last 3 times in the WNL. Also qualified for their Premier Series. Pretty experienced when it comes to competing on these high-level events. Up and in we go. Find that drop down coming up. On to the cannonballs. Now these big cannonballs here are going to try to slow her down a little bit. Confident with the grip. Great technique. Keeping the backhand on the cannonball. Allowed for her to build up that momentum for the match grip.
This one's nice, right? We get to use our feet.
Get on out of there.
There you go. Nice.
Coach.
The other red. Nice. Try and get a foot involved.
Coach keeping her in a good mindset out there.
Good. Yep, get around. Match on that. Nice. Move the foot up. Good, good, good. Nice. Right.
Reminding her where to put the hands and feet as you work your way up.
You're fine, you're fine.
No barn door here, and we're at the top. This is uncharted territory. Into the key lock hang. Be careful on the twist.
You want to keep those palms out. Yep. Good. Rotate the other way. Good.
Palms out. It's a good way to remember to keep those palms facing away as you place those handles. That way you turn in a more natural way, not trying to fight anything. Twist and go. And we're out of there, Rebecca. Getting ready to take on the cliffhanger. These nunchucks still pretty tough to hold on to. Get through there. No! The drop down right before the final line. Incredible job getting a lot farther into this burnout. The grip just couldn't open back up and latch on to that ledge. All right.
Let's go for chalk behind you. And you start after the countdown.
And Riley Hunt on the hunt for a buzzer at the end of the burnout. Coming out of Ninja Mania in Danbury, Connecticut. It's the 2022 Mature Kids WNL World Champion. And currently the 2025 Teen WNL Head-to-Head Champion. So big fan of the racing side by side, going fast. Speed is her favorite category. We'll try to apply some of that speed here in the burnout. Also, her family runs an Etsy shop, a lot of ninja merch called the Hunt Sports Merch. Go check that out. Always cool to see the various things developed out there. Riley looking strong here on the cannonballs. Hold on tight. That's the crux move of this line. Matching on the backswing. Going to take another one. Launching down onto the bar.
You're good. Calm your heart rate back down. There you go.
Coach telling her, trying to calm that heart rate. All about controlled breathing.
We're coming up to the next red.
Resting when you can.
Yep, come on. Good, look for the gray. That's perfect, good.
Finding the handholds here.
Yep, move your
Fingers
foot
starting to shake a bit. Forearms starting to feel the pain, I imagine.
up. Take your feet smooth, good. Good.
Ooh, going for the turnaround.
Yep. Yeah, perfect.
On to the key lock hang.
Keep moving forwards.
Biting through. Over we go. And now the transition onto the bar. Be careful, don't twist out there by accident. There we go, acknowledgement from the crowd. Don't see too many people make it this far. Drop down coming up. And now Riley begins her run on the... No, he's slipping down off of the nunchucks. Nunchucks claim another. Such a tough finish here on this burnout. The changes from the other age range have really made the finish portion of this burnout that much more challenging. Well, this is it, folks. Final runner of the day. And here we go, Riley Bishop. Getting her burnout run across the monkey bars.
You got it, Riley.
I have to fix the swing here a little bit before going into that special delivery. Using a good foot lock on the rope. Help take some pressure off of those hands. Training out of the Fair Rocks Ninja and of the Grit. Swinging through the rings, no problem, before getting on to the slopers. Making our way onto the Cannonball Alley now. Got a gymnastics background. See if we can work our way through these obstacles here. This is the crux point on this line. Needs to bump over quickly. Opting for the match grip. And there we go. Almost a sub-minute to this point. Attacking this burnout. Talked about it earlier. That's the method. We've got two different ways to go about this. Either attack it aggressively, try to get far into the course quickly to rest before these last few. Try to go for a slow, methodical approach if you've got the endurance. Oh, barn door swings open a little bit. Riley gonna have to fight those feet back on to the hang climb. Hands slipping down. No, Riley! My gosh, what a fight. Almost saved it a handful of times. Got there at a really good pace. Halfway up the board. Should give her some good points, but we're going to tally up the scores for everybody and determine who are going to be moving on to the sectionals later this summer. Thanks, everybody. We'll take a brief break. And then the awards ceremony will take place, and then we'll close out everything. Thanks for joining us, folks. Be right back in just a bit. Back, folks. Here we are with the award ceremony, the podiums. Anybody that's already pre-qualified from a different qualifying event is going to bump down to the next athlete, get them into the sectionals.
Good to go? Stop distracting my other guy. Pressure? Should I put it on? Yeah, okay. Okay.
I can touch obstacles now. What? I can touch obstacles now. What everyone's done running for. I told Willie to do something before.
All right, Tom, we're doing it. All right, guys. Hey, thank you once again, everybody, for coming out to the Stamford Ninja Academy for our Youth NSC. We had a really good time putting on this event. So thank you for everyone who traveled. If you're local, no matter who you are, we appreciate you being here. It wouldn't be the event it is without you guys. So thank you for that. We've got some awards. We got some stuff to give out. Real quick, I just want to point out that a lot of hard work went into these courses. A lot of hard work happened in general today from the team here at the Ninja Academy. So shout out to Alex for having his arms cramped all day. If he had 10 seconds for you, he'd be like, "Will, please give me a quick bicep massage," because his arms are hurting from holding that camera. Sam Barr from Beta Break running the live stream the entire time. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, Ryan Stratus back at home in South Carolina doing remote commentary, so watch your runs back. They're going to sound awesome. Kara Mack doing photography for us the whole time. Mackenzie with Reset and just helping keep this guy locked in the whole time. That's his girlfriend. This Tom designed the burnout. I think we can agree. Awesome burnout, right? We're getting there, Alex. Chill, bro.
They're more important.
We both collaborated on the speed course together to make it work. Teamwork, guys. And I did the hybrid, so that was pretty fun too. Yeah, this was yesterday. And lastly, we had Bianca making sure that everything that fell through the cracks got taken care of. So that was the team that made it happen, guys. Youth NSC, pretty awesome league. We think it's really cool. We're hoping to continue doing it in the future. I hope you guys had a good time with it here today. With that being said, let's give out some medals. So, in third place for the boys with 292 points, third place in speed, third place in hybrid, fifth place in burnout, Quincy. In second place, 296 points, second in speed, second in hybrid, third in burnout, Lucas Savage. Finally, first place with 300 points, first in speed, first in hybrid, first in burnout, Will Bass. Not for the cameras, boys.
He's just that cool. He's that cool.
All right, now, Lucas and Quincy both qualified for the sectionals competition in July at Ascend. Joining them there, can I invite Glinton up to the podium as well? All right, one last round of applause for our male podium. And now for the girls, it's actually a pretty interesting story. Look at the leaderboard. All three of the top three girls tied in points. Wow. So the way the tiebreak works is there are three courses, and the first level tiebreak is they take your two best performances, add the number up. The lower the number, the better you do. So that's actually what determined the first level tiebreak, but we had to go to the second level tiebreak as well to determine second and third, which is your single best performance, okay? Weighed against the other person. So, in third place with 296 points, second in speed, third in hybrid, second in burnout, Riley Hunt. In second with, again, 296 points, third in speed, first in hybrid, third in burnout, Riley Bishop. And in first place today with 296 points, fourth in speed, second in hybrid, and first in burnout, Rebecca. Now, Rebecca and Riley Bishop have qualified for sectionals here today. And joining this group of girls, can I invite up Katarina? All right, one last round of applause for our female podium. All right, let's go home. We're done. Nothing else to do. Go home. Oh, fine. Okay, we'll give you guys. Hold on. How about Will get back here? Yeah. Oh, he was ready.
And there you have it, folks. Amazing job from all the athletes today. They're going to go play on the obstacles again, have some redemption time. Impressive stuff. Challenging courses out there. Really appreciate everybody watching and tuning in for these live streams. If you're looking for some high quality streams, check out betabreak.com. That'll be Mr. Sam Farr's website. Give him a holler. And if you want to find more ninja action, follow us here on the YouTube page, Ninja Sport Network. Youth Championship later this summer. Sectionals will be coming up. Still time to qualify. Find one of your local gyms. See if there's any comps coming up near you. I'm Ryan Stratus for the Ninja Sport Network. See y'all next time.